If you like being a little bit uncomfortable, but it's for a goal, just for the adventure or the lore of it all, like van life is totally up your alley. Hi, I'm Kristen. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Please feel free to subscribe so that you can see future videos. But for everyone else, welcome back. And today we are going to be talking about a little bit of like some influencing and de-influencing for van life and whether or not it's right for you and if you should do it. For a little bit of context, the summer of 2022, I was traveling in my Subaru pretty much all summer for a solid 2 months. I was basically living and traveling out of my Subaru for work. I just thought that it would be easier and cheaper, and I had a lot of fun doing it, honestly. It was a little bit scary. Fast forward to the next year, I had bought a van and was doing van life full time, and things were a lot easier in some ways. So that is what I'm going to be talking about today. At this point in my life, so you know where I am now, I am looking into selling the van and moving on to the next chapter of life, but always having adventure, an adventure rig, ways to explore. I'm going to be exploring a lot this summer in a different form than a van. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Depending on when you're watching this video, you could just go watch those vlogs and travel updates. But for now, here are kind of like the top reasons why I think that you should do van life, and then I'll go into maybe why you shouldn't. I did do full-time van life for 2 years, and let me tell you, it is not for the faint of heart, and we'll get into that in a second. But to start out with why you should. If you are at a place where you can do it, because you do not know what the future holds, and a lot of people have a very short time frame where it makes sense for them to do it. And if that is you, I strongly recommend that you go for it. There are definitely factors that I would recommend having in place before you start. For example, having a job that will support you, that you'll be able to do on the road. The best thing about van life is that you actually don't have to have it all figured out, though. It's okay to kind of like be scrappy and figure it out as you go along. So don't feel like you need to have all of your ducks in a row. Obviously, if you love adventure and you love being outside more than inside, then this is definitely for you. If you just love being outside and you're constantly doing activities that put you in the outdoors, whether that's paddleboarding, hiking, backpacking, biking, skiing, climbing, whatever it is that gets you outside, and you want to do more of that or have more of that in your life, van life is for you. If you enjoy community and bonding with people over like something that is so specific but definitely life-changing, van life is for you. If you're the type of person that after like 2 weeks from being home from a trip, you want to go on another one, van life might be for you, because that's constantly what you're doing, is relocating and going to the next place, and you don't have a lot that's tying you down. You don't need someone to watch your house or watch your dog or honestly do anything. You just drive and you have your whole house with you all the time. It's pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. Now that we got that out of the way, we are gonna get into some of the negatives, but first, let me explain to you what my stage of life was when I got into van life. My mindset getting into van life was that I had no timeline of how long I would be doing van life. I told myself that as long as it made sense, I wanted to do it, and then once it stopped making sense, I wanted to move on. And that is what I'm doing now. But at the time, I had just gotten out of a messy breakup relationship, and I did not want to be in Salt Lake City. I wanted to leave, and at the time, my roommate, which was also my sister, was also planning on moving to a different stage in life and moving to the Pacific Northwest. We were both at transition periods, and my work allowed me to be wherever I was, and I was already traveling, so everything just made sense. So if you are at a similar point in life where you want to travel, you want to go, maybe you don't have kids yet. Maybe you already do, and it makes sense for you guys to go. Maybe you're at the point where you have a partner, they're not interested in van life, or maybe they are interested in van life. Those are all factors in whether or not you should pursue this thing. But I would say if there's something that is holding you back that is small, just know that van life is not forever. You can do it for as long as you want. You don't have to do it for 5+ years. You don't have to commit to this being your life forever, just know that the beautiful thing about van life, this is going to sound so cheesy, is that it's going to lead you to the next thing for you. So whatever that looks like, just have open hands and be open-minded to it. So if that is you, whether you're in this transition period where you are spending or wanting to take a year off from school, or take a gap year before school or after school, before working corporate, maybe you just want to see if it's a life that you even like at all, and maybe it is something that you want to do for 5 years and like explore that, do it. I have very little else to say, honestly, about whether or not you should do it. When it comes down to it, the only two things that you need, if you have the availability, the right kind of stage of life right now that allows you to do it, so you have the opportunity and availability, and if you have the desire, like if those two things are there, those are the only things you need to know if van life is right for you. Go for it. Those two things are all you need, and that will take you far. Now let's get into why you shouldn't. If you're more of a homebody and you like to be inside more than outside, van life is not for you. It can feel like work trying to find a place to shower. It can be a lot of work trying to find a place to fill up water, to dispose of your garbage, to find a place to sleep for the night. Essentially, if you don't like being outside, if you don't like being uncomfortable, if you don't like moving around a lot or not knowing where you're going to sleep, if you don't like spontaneity or change of plans, van life is not for you. If you're willing to adapt to those things, even though you don't like them, but you really want to do van life, go for it. Just know that van life is not always comfortable. It's not always the Instagram that you see. Not enough people talk about how you're peeing in jars or you are pooping in a wag bag. They don't talk about breakdowns. They don't talk about all these different things that make van life uncomfortable. For example, when the weather's bad and you have to stay inside your small quarters, when outside is really like your living room and your backyard and half of your house, honestly. If you're a type 2 fun kind of person, van life is totally for you. If you like being a little bit uncomfortable, but it's for a goal, just for the adventure or the lore of it all, like van life is totally up your alley. If you're okay and comfortable with getting into situations that will be a good story later, even though in the moment it kind of sucks, van life is for you. Let me tell you, there have been some crazy things that have happened on the road in the last 2 years, but they have all been worth it to me. All right, that is pretty much it. Keeping things short and sweet around here. Whether it's van life or truck camper life or car life, whatever kind of life it is, if you are being a nomad on the road and you are starting that out, I'm so excited for you. I would love to also follow your journey. So throw down your Instagram, YouTube handle, whatever. Like, I want to follow you. Let's be friends. If you have questions, please ask them, because something that I wish I did was ask for more advice going into it from people that I know had done it before. It's nice to have people in your community and in your sphere that have been there in your shoes before. So just know that I'm here for you. And with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe so that you can see future videos and see how I'm going to be traveling this summer, not in the van. I'll be coming at you with another video shortly. So we'll chat soon.